Our next comedian is a real Goomba woman, real Italian type woman. Give it up for Irizarry!
Thank you so much. How is everybody tonight?
Good.
I want to say welcome to all the people who are not New Yorkers and to the people that are New Yorkers. I'm a native New Yorker. I was born in the county of Kings, which is Brooklyn, New York. But I live in Nassau County, and I don't care who doesn't like it, right? That's right. Hey, you're alive, you're alive. Anyway, I'm really into this Game of Thorns things. You guys watching that show? Yeah, I love it, right? You know what I love about that show? And I'll admit it in public, that damn midget turns me on. I mean, you would never think, you know, that a guy that's the size of the height of a chair would really turn me on. I mean, he's sitting there, you know, in a table set with, you know, hard bread, bad wine, petrified meat. And, you know, I'm saying to myself, boy, anybody would love to rock with this guy in a medieval castle, you know, where it's nice and cold and, you know, and stuff like that. But he's really hot. The guy is really hot. I mean, I could see myself throwing the midget straight across the room, you know what I'm saying? But midgets, join Match.com. I didn't want to do it because in my generation, you didn't join dating sites. You stood in a bar, you had a drink, you stood around cool all night, and people would approach you. And dating sites are considered to be things where you're not getting any action. But anyway, everybody else is doing it, so I decided to join. I'm telling you, everybody's looking for the same soulmate, aren't they? It's no longer a profile, it's a list of demands. You have to be financially fit, morally alert, and permanently erect. Otherwise, they don't want to talk to you. I mean, these are the things that people are looking for, and you know, half of them happen to be my friends who write these things. So, yeah, these are the things they do. I work in a courthouse by day. I'm a translator, so I earn my living with my tongue. And and I translate for guys who are innocent, of course. And it's in a criminal court, and it's not always easy to talk to people who are upset, mainly because they get overcharged by lawyers, like the guy who was up here with the Chinese guy. But you know, the other day I was interviewing a guy, and he was saying to me, "Listen, I'm not going to tell you anything. I have nothing to say. Just tell the lawyer to go to hell, and the hell with you too." I said, "Fine." I took a professional, you know, stance on that. I went back to the holding cell where they had them, and I said, he's not going to plead out today because, you know, child abusers never want to plead out, you know that. And he wasn't treated very nicely by the other guys in the pen for the next 2 days. So he had a hard time, literally a hard time. But in any event, we here in New York like to do a lot of things. Not from Manhattan, but this is Hell's Kitchen. I hung out in Hell's Kitchen for a long time. I hung out with a fellow Goomba by the name of Fernanda Bonani, who used to call herself Fern Bonani. And the funny thing about it is whenever Fern called up a pharmacy or whatever to, you know, to get pills, her name was like, she was got to trouble with her name. And the pharmacist would say, Fern Bonani, isn't there some kind of antibiotic for that? I mean, you know, she was, that name was like so crazy, you know. But Fern had a side job. She was a secretary by day, and you know, she would never date anything she couldn't kill. So whenever she went out with a guy, and she got him into a vulnerable state, she would just take out a quick Polaroid, because we're going back where Polaroids are cameras, and she would take pictures of, you know, his flag at half-mast. So this was something that Fern used to do. She had an album, and she would, you know, show her girlfriends all these guys that she had done, and you know, when they were out and out, she would just take pictures of them. But it was a lot of fun to hang out with Fern. Fern was a little crazy. You know. She used to do cops, and one day she introduced me to a cop. And I don't like cops, but I dated him, and you know, we were dating for like 8 months, and he says, "You know what I would love to do? I'd love to take the gun, cock it, put it near your head while we're making love."
Oh, gosh.
Because after all, that is their real penis. And and I says, "That sounds great. I'll take out my gun, put it where your cock is at, and let's see who goes up first." So, so we had a short relationship. But, you know, you guys are from Jersey, right?
Yes.
You guys, or soprano guy died the other day, right? A fellow goofball. Yeah. Yeah. He was a great guy, and he used to raise ducks and kill people for a living. And I grew up with guys like that, and there's nothing wrong with guys like that. If you owe them money, you deserve to die, as far as I'm concerned. You never go and borrow money from anybody that you're not going to pay back. And unless they're Jewish guys and they lend you money and they give you 25%, you got to pay them back, right? Hispanics in general, because you're Puerto Rican, right? We have this anti-Semitic thing, don't we? I mean, we eat a lot of pork chops, we eat a lot of fat, we eat a lot of back fat. It's like totally anti-dietetic, anti-Semitic in a way. But that's, I guess, the culture. But there are a lot of things that we like about New York, a lot of things we don't like about New York. And the most important thing that we don't like about New York are people who don't laugh at my jokes.
Are we later now?
Those are the main things. But anyway, it's funny how the guys who were here the last time, but they were here with different girls. And I'm saying to myself, you know, a couple of them were hot. And I'm saying, you know, they were different girls. So, I don't know, maybe next week it'll be me. But anyway. But anyway, I hope to get that lucky. But anyway, you've been a great crowd. Thank you so much. Take care. Good night.
All right, let's hear it for our last comedian. You guys glad to hear that?